Good day, everyone. Alice here from Sophie Financial Network. Today is June 17th, Saturday, for another weekly analysis. Thanks for watching this clip. Last week, we had a nice surge to the upside for all of the indexes, S&P 500, Nasdaq, Dow Jones, and Russell 2000. And we had a breakout for S&P 500 above August top, which is August 2022, which was pretty important pivot for us, and we had a nice surge to the upside. So what is coming next? So as you know, I'm kind of like giving you a warning. It's been 2-3 weeks now, and market just have a very nice hype to the upside. But I'm giving you warning just because I'm kind of like early, and I would rather to be early and safe rather than be sorry, just because market is stretched overbought, and it's better to just keep position invested rather than adding more positions, just because, as I said, market is in a kind of like hallelujah parabolic move to the upside. And in this case, even traders, sometimes they got caught in short position just because they think that market is pretty expensive, and they just stop hunted lots of times, and even they just betting on the short side, and you will see there is a nice short squeeze to the upside. And sometimes people just getting FOMO, and they want to just jump onto the boat, and they just want to get the rally as soon as possible. And when market just a roll over and have it like a correction move to the downside, they will get caught as well. So they kind of like surprised. So in this video, I just want to talk more about how we can position ourselves, how we can just manage ourselves in this environment. This is very tricky environment. It is very I should say, dangerous volatility is coming to the market. Could be either side for bulls and bears at the same time. So just be careful. And the only thing is we need to know, sometimes when we are not comfortable with any position, regardless if you're bears, bulls, sometimes you're not comfortable. Market doesn't show you a good confidence that I need to take this position. Just take this advice from me. Cash is a position. Folks, cash could be a good position because you're not comfortable. And trading and investing, it's all about the comfort zone. I should say the psychology, the mentality is very important, major, I should say, a case for any traders and investors. If you're not comfortable, just put your money in pocket and sit on the side, and you will be comfortable. I know sometimes you're just saying, oh, I thought that it's going to be a good time for short, or it's going to be a good time for buy. No, don't think about that. So make sure be comfortable with any position, take the responsibility, and then jump onto the position. Okay, so let's start with PCC, which is a put call ratio. And this one is pretty interesting. I just change it to the weekly. I just want to show you something pretty neat. So when we get to these levels, market always showing the top information. And when we are getting to this level, market is showing the bottom information. It's kind of like a contrarian indicator. So right now, we are here, but 2 weeks ago, we got kind of like an oversold condition. And when we get to the oversold condition and minus, I should say, 0.8, 0.9, that would be kind of like the top information. It's kind of like a leading contrary indicator. It's not a direct indicator. So when we get this bearish reading, this means market is at the top. And when we are getting this bullish indicator reading, we get a market at the bottom. So right now, we are at 0.68, 86, and just 2 weeks ago, which is last week of May, we got oversold condition. And also we got oversold condition a couple of times. And let's see what happened to the S&P 500. So this orange line is S&P 500. As you see here, we got a top information here. When we get this oversold early November and then December, and look what happened. So market went to the higher high, but we got kind of like this oversold condition in PCC. So this means market is due for a sharp sell-off or corrective move. because we were into the uptrend. Some people are saying this is going to be a corrective move to the downside. Yes, that was a sharp sell-off to the downside, but because we broken lots of technical levels, we went into bear market the whole entire 2022. So that was the case. But this indicator doesn't tell you we are getting into a bear market or sharp sell-off just as a corrective move, but it gives like early indicator that we are that we are at the top. For example, this one nicely giving us early signal for the March period, and this is kind of like February top. So we got this signal December, but we got the top of the market here in kind of like January, and then coming down here again, we got this sell signal again prior this top. So we got this sell signal just early February, but we got this sell signal coming down all the way, and here is the March bottom. Right now, again, we got very, very oversold condition, which is a sell signal from PCC, and that is last week of May. But market doesn't pay attention, going to the upside nicely. And I believe we are kind of like in 2-3 weeks window period that we are getting a top information. This means if we are getting to the sharp sell-off as a corrective move to the downside, or we can see kind of like getting back to the bear market. It doesn't mean that we are going back to the bear market or sharp sell-off. It just gives us a sell signal. So just bear with me. It gives us a sell signal, and we can't anticipate or we can't project more downside is coming to the bear market, or this is a correction. But we know that the sell signal is happening, and we are due for a corrective move, at least for now. Moving on to S&P 500 weekly chart. And here is the top information that I see. We had a nice surge to the upside above August top, just initiated last week. And this week, I believe lots of people just betting on the market on the call side. And that's how PCC shows us. But Friday, we got kind of like a sell signal. If you have seen my previous video on Thursday, I just show you Friday could be a sell signal as well. So, well, I'm just giving you this warning since like 2-3 weeks now. But right now, I believe we are at the top for the market. Market can go down a corrective move. There are a couple of scenarios that we need to just do we want to forecast? No, we just want to see what's the probability of this sell signal. I don't think this is going to be the end of the bull market, because I'm still expecting after forming this bottom, we can see another rally to the upside. But how far we can go down? So there are a couple of scenarios. The first, a bullish, very, very bullish scenario is 4277 or 4300, which is going to be the top of the market at August top. So we can go down to test this area as like a breakout level, testing a pullback, and then kind of like a forming the bottom information, and then going to the next higher high. Or we can just get a deep corrective move to the downside, possibly to this demand area, which is kind of like a better breakout level. Even this breakout level initiate a rally above this August top as well. So this is kind of like a nice demand area. Lots of pivots actually have been broken here through this demand area. So we can get to 41 to 4200, but we shouldn't get below 4200. So this is going to be your benchmark for monthly chart. So we shouldn't get below 4200 and close monthly candle below 4200, because if we get close below 4200, I should say we are still in bear market. So 4200, we will get to the monthly analysis by end of this month, and I will let you know exactly why I'm just insisting on 4200. But if you have more questions, you can just refer to my previous video, monthly previous video, which just 2 weeks, 3 weeks ago, and I just explained a lot. In every monthly analysis, I give you why 4200 is very, very important based on the monthly chart. Okay, but right now we are just getting a very, very overbought stretch for the stochastic momentum in weekly chart. We got into kind of like getting into an overbought condition in RSI, which is pretty good to be honest. And IMI, to be honest, for the first time, this is January 2020. So before January 2020, we didn't get this reading. And also here is another one, which was ended up to the deep corrective move to the downside. So this is IMI, and IMI gives me very, very nice selling signal right now. So we got a couple of times here. So this is August, this is a January, and this is a May. And right now we are at very, very overstretched compared to this, right? So if we go there, so we will see here, this is a December 2019. Then we got into COVID crash after that. And this is another time that we got into a corrective move to the downside in a June period. This is the August to October, like a kind of like a W pattern. And we got this sell signal from our IMI, and also this one as well. So we got into this very, very just a shallow corrective move in May 2021. And here is another scenario which I believe we got into kind of like a very, very shallow overbought condition here in August 2021. And we got into this corrective move as well. We didn't get to this just because IMI just lost its momentum. But right now, we are overstretched to this level. So this level is very, very important for everyone to just keep an eye on this. This could ended up to a kind of like a corrective move to the downside. And I believe, let me just clean up this stuff. This can go down here to this area to 41 to 4200, which is kind of like a sizable corrective move to the downside, 200, 300. Full disclosure, I didn't even give this signal to my subscriber, but you can still get this one. I got very, very low position option, put option on S&P 500. And I'm just expecting 2-3 weeks now, market will have a sideways to the downside, not to the upside. But that option is going to be just hedging the portfolio. I'm not closing any investment portfolio, any positions on it, just because I still looking for a summer rally, and sector rotation is coming as well. So with that sector rotation, we get a nice, I would say, rally in Dow Jones, S&P, and maybe Russell, not Nasdaq. So we'll see how it goes. Moving on to a daily chart. So this is a daily chart. On Friday, we got a kind of like a shooting a star on the top, and this kind of confirming my sell signal as well. So stochastic wise, we are very, very overstretched, overbought. We got a reversal nicely at the level that we want. It's very, very important. And also RSI got back into the top information. Whenever we get a daily RSI here, we just look what happened after that. RSI just went down sharply to the downside. And right now, this is the fourth time in a row that we got this. So first one was April 2021. The next one is November 2021. The next one is August top, which is August 2020. And right now we are at June 2023. So we got into this level, and this level, as you see here, it's not my prediction or forecast, it's just the history. So we'll see a sharp sell-off after that in RSI. RSI can hit to very, very low, or at least to kind of like oversold condition, which gives us another buying opportunity. So we can just see this one is coming down here. So next time we will see a daily chart, RSI is coming back down to here. We need to compare it with a price action to see where are we at with the chart, price chart, and we can get a buying signal as well. So next buying signal, I will tell you when RSI is coming back down sharply to this area, so we can get a buying signal from the market. But right now, we just need to look at the chart here. So chart can again stretch down all the way to 42.82 based on this daily chart. So we got into this demand supply area here. So this is a pretty nice supply area in a daily chart. So as I said, this is the area that I'm looking for. Still, we can get back to this area, but we are due for corrective move to the downside. For the daily chart, 4282 to 4300, that's going to be the first possible scenario. And then if we see a bottom, we can go up there. This is very, very bullish, but we can see kind of like a deeper corrective move to the downside to SMA 20, which is coming to this breakout level. This demand area is very, very important as well. So we can get a corrective move to here, and then finding the bottom, kind of like a series of lower low, lower high, lower low, lower, sorry, higher low, higher high. And then we can just spike up for another rally to the upside to 4,500. So 45.25. That's going to be the first initial target that I have. It can stretch out to 4,600, but I'm not sure if it get close, weekly close above this. So again, market can go back up again after this corrective move and bottoming formation, which gives us a buying signal, as I mentioned, for the RSI. So it's getting kind of like a more comprehensive video. I would rather to spend weekend time, but it's I believe it's worth it a lot, and it's going to be a kind of like educational level for you folks as well. Moving on to the Nasdaq, which I believe Nasdaq is forming kind of like a very, very toppy formation here. So we got into this kind of pretty close to this supply area here, and we were pretty close to 78% Fibonacci, which is from the top to this bottom. And right now, whenever we get a 69 to 78% Fibonacci, always looking for a corrective move, at least not even crash, but corrective move is due. So we can get down for the first level 14,000. And then we can get another stealth signal here to 13,000, which is 13,500, 600, which is going to be this August top, and also 50% Fibonacci could be kind of like the scenario for a corrective move. But Nasdaq could ended up to, I should say, the top. We can see a divergence in different stocks, as we are seeing divergence in different stocks. Some stocks are at new all-time high, NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft as well. But sometimes you will see the other stocks, although they have good rally, but they're not there yet. So like a Meta, like a Google, like a Amazon. So they're not, even we can see a divergence in FANGs, in technology, and the other good stocks as well. So some of them are at new all-time high, some of them are not. And this is going to be the same for the indexes. So Nasdaq is not at new all-time high, but we can get new all-time high from Dow Jones. I wouldn't be surprised, still not there, but we will get to the Dow Jones. Right now, Nasdaq is at a very, very top information here. For the first time since this top, we got this RSI reading overbought condition. So that's interesting, right? So this is a November top for the Nasdaq, November 2021. We ended up to the oversold condition after this. I'm not sure if we get to the oversold condition again, but this is kind of like a significant top based on the RSI, based on the MACD, based on the stochastic and price action. So just be careful on this one as well. Daily chart, it just gives us a nice reversal pattern again. So we got into this area. Exactly, I mentioned this. This area, let me just zoom in here. So here is the 15,177 to 15,400. So that's the level. Again, it's like elevator. You need to go floor by floor to see what is your level. So I thought that we are getting top information here, but market just moved up here nicely, sharp move up to the upside. But this area, which we mentioned here, it's kind of like a pretty close to the top information. And here is the rectangular that I was expecting happening in the last week of June, but this can happen this week. If we get a sell signal, we can go all the way down to here to 14,460. And that's going to be kind of like almost 1,000 unit down for the Nasdaq. If we hold up pretty well here, which I believe we can get to middle of this wide range bar, and then coming back up bounce, and then coming sharply another time here, and then this forms the bottom here around 13,600 to 13,900. So we'll see how it goes for now. And that's going to be the bottom information here for another rally to the upside, possible summer rally cannot ended up to the higher high, and this is going to be the top. So we will see how it goes. We're not forecasting, but this is my scenario for Nasdaq. I believe technology stocks are at top information right now, so we'll see how it goes. Moving on to the Dow Jones, which is kind of like interesting to see. Dow Jones just give us a sell signal, shooting a star on the top here. Getting back to this top information here, still we are just at the breakout level. Nice surge to the upside. Dow can follow up the market, but we get lots of sector rotation monies coming back to the Dow stocks. So we can see kind of like a consolidation here for another bull flag. And it's kind of like this would be the ideal scenario for Dow for this rally just started here to the nice surge to the upside. And that could be a summer rally. So if you see for next 2-3 weeks, Dow is just going sideways to the downside slightly, but the other indexes are going to the sharp sell-off. So that would be the scenario that money is coming back to the Dow stocks and rally is going to be initiated by Dow Jones Industrial. So we'll see how it goes. Again, that would be the perfect scenario for Dow. We'll see how it goes with the daily chart and for the weekly chart as well. So we got into this breakout level. So we got a breakout sharply, nicely going back up. So this is kind of like a reverse head and shoulder. We got above headline, neckline, sorry. And if we get back down here to back test and showing kind of like a consolidation again, that would be a fantastic scenario for the next surge to the upside. Possible scenario would be double top or just a slightly new all-time high. So we'll see how it goes with a Dow Jones Industrial Average. Moving on to some individual names, let me go start with yield as usual. Let's change this one to the daily and then change this one to the candlestick chart as usual. We just all right, so this is the yield chart, and yield, we got a positive candle on Friday, but this again sold off pretty nicely. So these type of shadows, it's interesting. If we get more shadows here, I believe we are going to break out again to the upside. So it's kind of like a reversing what people are thinking. But if we get below this coming down, and then we can see kind of like probably a head and shoulder or kind of like a QM pattern to the downside. So we'll see how it goes. But the bigger picture just that gives me kind of like selling signal here as like a QM pattern. So we'll see how it goes for yield. TLT just got a negative day, but look at the type of candle. So on Thursday, we got a pretty sharp move to the upside, but on Friday, we got negative candle, but a negative reading, but the candle was positive. Like buyers again hold up pretty well right now. So TLT needs to hold if it wants to break out to the upside, which I believe when Federal Reserve blink, TLT can go to the upside. Gold just didn't have follow through again. So gold a pretty significant level here. So we got just a breakout, but buyers just recommit back, but they cannot just push the price higher above a 1979. And also 1980. So that could be the area that buyers need to just push the price higher. Otherwise, they can't just get the buys here because sellers at the end of the day will take control and push the price down to low 1900, 1890 for gold. We'll see how it goes. Still looking for a dip for another buying opportunity, but it's not there yet. Crude, a nice positive. So crude is coming back alive. Last week was good for crude. So if crude continues to the upside above 74 to 75, that could be kind of like a bullish case for the crude. And that's why I'm kind of like a bullish, just because when energy and banks are getting into positive territory, we can see some move in Dow Jones. And this is called sector rotation. That's what I'm calling. VIX adjust the sharp sell-off again, coming back down. So this is not good. If it's going to be just a bottoming formation for VIX, or kind of like a deeper corrective move to show the divergence at the low, so 12 to 14, that's going to be a good possible call option again for the next surge to the upside. If you're not there, I would say that's going to be a good hedging strategy. Just to go with call option with VIX at this level, not there. Remember, we were not getting into this. Even I told you this is not a good area, and we need to just get more downside for VIX. But right now, it's worth it to just have like a 1-2% in your portfolio, just because when it spike up, you will be paid off very, very nicely. DXY just showing the bottoming formation here, at least for now. So DXY just hold off for now. Just this is a breakout level and nicely just surging back up. So DXY needs to go higher to this area. And then if you see a rollover to the downside, you shouldn't be surprised. I believe DXY just formed the top here, but it can just hold up pretty nicely for a while. This is a wide range consolidation period, so I'm not sure if DXY can break down below 100 level or above 105. So it's kind of like a consolidating in this area. Moving on to the technology sector, Apple just is showing the reversal to the downside. We got some kind of like a negative candle for 2-3 days. It goes down, then continue to the bull market. So we will see if Apple goes down for sure. If it gets below this 176 to 178, can just initiate a more sell-off to here to 162, 163, or even here to 160 low. But we should see how it goes. I believe still we'll have some more room for the upside after this corrective move to the downside, which is going to take 2-3 weeks, I believe, at least. Amazon, the same $1.62 negative day. So it's the same pattern. Meta just a hit. I believe Meta is pretty close. So remember, I just mentioned about this area, 260, 289. So Meta just got into 287, if you ask me. Yeah, 287.85, and then coming down nicely. So full disclosure, I have my Meta position in my long-term investment portfolio, but in another portfolio, I just cut off all my position, close all my Meta position at 285. But right now, I have the other portfolio that I have like for long term, and I wouldn't sell Meta at this level because we got Meta very, very cheap. Microsoft, $5.70, nice candle to the downside. So this is the one that we want to see, bears want to see. And I'm not bear, I'm not bull, I'm just reading the market, but I want to see Microsoft to getting down to here to accumulate more, to be honest. So I know if you're bull or if you're just a Microsoft holder like me, I have Microsoft position, but I just want to add more. To be honest, this is valuable stock. I'm not going to buy here, but I'm going to get Microsoft when we get this corrective move to here, especially this gap. So look at this gap as like a buying opportunity, somewhere around 276 to 292. So that's going to be the level for Microsoft to buy. Possible scenario is going to be, again, over 300. So we'll see how it goes. For Microsoft, Google is coming down. So Google is just forming a top information. I believe this gap or this demand area could be a buying opportunity. Netflix coming down sharply and pretty nice engulfing candle to the downside. Tesla, again, surging back up, but it was just a $4.64. It's just getting into this top information. Semiconductors, which was kind of like a weakness for the market. I believe this is the top, and this could be a double top formation for semiconductor, and that would be the end of the rally, at least for now. For long term, stocks, $4.70 to the downside. Look at the candle. This is a nice divergence here on the top. If you just look at the RSI here, pretty nice divergence, and it can go all the way down to here for the stocks. TSM follow through with another sell-off and 2 days in a row. This candle, I believe, just nailed the top. AMD, $4 to the downside. Pretty nice sharp sell-off for AMD. Nvidia, nice downtick, but it's not that strong at 426. So still I have my position. I know it's kind of like against my strategy, but I have my position here. Texas Instrument, $1.33 to the downside. So Texas just getting into this distribution level coming down. Lam Research, $8.77, downtick, and this one as well. So this one is getting into the lower high, and then if we get below this, which is kind of like this demand area, right? So if we get below this area, which is 50.90, 50.80, so that could be kind of like a pullback to this area, and then we can see another sell-off to this area, which is going to be lots of buyers here. So again, there are tons of buyers here, which is going to be 510 to 530. Right now we are at 612. It's going to be just $100 lower. So just bear with me. XLF, moving on to the financials. This one is coming down, but I believe this is going to be just a pullback. I'm not looking for a top information with them. I'm just looking for a pullback. This can go down here to $33, and then for the next search, it's getting ready for 33.96 and then 34. So we'll see how it goes. This white range bar is very, very ugly, but we can get there, especially this gap and this top information here as well, this breakout level. KBE, 42 cents down. Look at the type of consolidation here. We have nice consolidation. KRE, the same thing. So KRE needs to hold up and consolidates here. If it consolidates here, that's going to break out to $49. I believe this can outperform while the other names actually are not. JP Morgan, positive day for it. So 17 cents to the upside, getting into this area. Needs to consolidate here. If it consolidates more here, we can get as a buy signal. Goldman Sachs, $1.43 to the downside. Wells Fargo, just 18 cents to the downside. Citigroup, 48 cents to the downside. Pretty ugly candle, but Citigroup is very, very volatile stock. Moving on to the gold miners, GDX, a positive day. However, gold was negative, GDX was positive. So 39 cents to the upside, getting into the sell area, and just rejected down. GDXJ 37, $18 to the upside. AEM, this one just reacting to this dynamic trend line nicely. 58 cents to the upside. I'm still looking for gold miners, NEM, which is our rock star. And we got into this. I accumulate more here. And right now, look at the type of candle. Gapped up. Buyers just recommitted and just to hold the entire session. It can go up to here to $46, $47 if you ask me, even if the other ones doesn't follow it. So just be careful on that. Franco Nevada, 82 cents to the upside. This is a nice bullish formation here. A gold Barrick, this one just to hold up pretty nicely right now above this gap, but this needs to hold up pretty well as well. So still chart doesn't look good, but this kind of like a formation ending diagonal. If you see some buyers actually coming down to the lower low, just a day or two, just a touch, and then break out to the upside, that would be kind of like the end of the corrective move. And it can go all the way up to here to 1880. So that would be pretty nice buy signal from gold Barrick, but needs to have more time for the whole entire industry. Moving on to the energy sector, energy just doesn't follow up crude, but steel pattern is bullish. XLE, which is energy spider, this one pretty nicely, $80 to $86. XOP, oil and gas exploration ETF, this one forming a bullish consolidation here. We need to get above this pivot to get back to the bullish momentum. OIH, the same pattern. Exxon, 76 cents down, not a good chart. Chevron, $2 up, down. It's not that bad, so it's kind of like a forming consolidation. Oxy, not a good chart, 27 cents down. REIC, just a positive day, but candle is not that strong. So it's kind of like a forming. Head and shoulder, if you ask me, I don't know. So this is kind of like a not good looking candle. If it get below 5.6 daily close, then we are going to lose this pivot, and then it can go all the way down to here to this area. So we'll see how it goes with REIC. Okay, I think I covered everything. It gets more than usual, but I believe this is the way that we need to look at the market. If you like this video, please smash the like button, subscribe to our channel, and see you on the chart. Bye-bye.